Fear. Fear paralyzes us. It paralyzes us when we're up here at the lectern. Who here was quaking in their boots at the thought that they might get the role of speaker when they reached into the bag today? Anyone besides me? I see a few hands going up. Why is that? Rich, why were you scared of speaking today?
I felt very slapdash because I was really prepared for the meeting.
Which is really ironic, because today I decided to give an impromptu speech on impromptu speaking. I am completely slapdash today. Although, maybe that's really not the right word. Maybe I should not get credit from Grammarian Rich, because, while I did not prepare for this speech, I still have the ability to give a great speech. Where do impromptu speeches come from? They come from the heart. We have so many great stories in our repertoire that have never been told because we didn't maybe think they fit into a specific project in our manuals that we're working on, or we're just not ready, haven't thought through that speech yet. I have found that some of my best speeches, the most well-received, are actually the ones that I thought about for 5 minutes ahead because somebody said, Jeremy, will you please give a speech today? Maybe it was something I thought about for a speech but never really contemplated. Maybe it's something that has been bothering me here at Toastmasters or at work or about the world in general. Something that I just did, like a trip to Edinburgh in the past or just recently. Rich got up here and talked about how he proposed to his fiancée. Just recently I gave a speech at the Ace Advance Club, and it was my speech about how I proposed to my wife. I thought through it a little bit because it was an advanced speech, but I certainly could have just gotten up and told that story. Where else can an impromptu speech come from? Another idea I had, for me, a passion many of you know, is meetup. I almost decided to come up here and talk for 5 to 7 minutes just about why meetup was important. The only reason I ruled it out is because there's not enough people here to make a difference on meetup today. But we do need to go to the meetup site and do that. Another place I could have talked about today was going through the Competent Leader Manual. Who here thinks there's parts of that Competent Leader Manual that they don't know? Anyone think they've got it down 100%? Let's see those hands. I'm not going to raise my hand. I don't have it 100%. I've been through it 3 times. Come up here, give a speech about your manual, or even just one project in the manual. There's so much to look at. And what you'll find about an impromptu speech is because you don't have anything specific to talk about when you came in, you don't feel as tied to a certain way of talking. I can come up and just put my arms around people and talk to them because I have no idea what I'm talking about up here right now. I'm moving through my speech as it's coming to me. I am free to talk however I want to talk today because I don't have any pre-prepared notions in my head of how it should have sounded, all the words I wanted to get in, all the stories that needed to be made so that the point could come through. We give impromptu speeches every time we come to Toastmasters when we do a table topics question. How many times have you gotten a table topics question and it was not the qualifying 30 seconds that bothered you, but the fact that you knew you had to wrap it up in 2.5 minutes because that question was so perfect for you? It's happened to me. I wished I had more time to talk about a specific topic. This is the same thing, except you get to pick your own question. Bring your manuals with you to every meeting. That is my 3rd time through the Competent Communicator Manual that I am working on now. Should we stop when we go through the Competent Communicator once? Who here thinks it's a good idea to stop working on the fundamentals once you start working on your advanced speeches? I've learned so much going back through the Competent Communicator Manual because it reminds me that I need to get to the point in my speeches. It reminds me to use these big body movements and make sure I have vocal variety to talk about the different things. When you finish your Competent Communicator Manual, get another one. because you'll always be able to find a project in there to give an impromptu speech from. Advanced manuals are great, but keep that competent communicator. Now Reed is working on storytelling. He also probably could do an advanced impromptu speech. Storytelling is a great place to be. There's humorously speaking, there's the entertaining speaker, there's speaking to inform. All of those would be possibilities as well for giving an impromptu speech. I can inform you about something I know about. I can tell you about life insurance, which is my job. I can tell you about Toastmasters, which I obviously love. I can stand up here and talk to you about all 6 Steelers Super Bowl wins. It's my 5 to 7 minutes at this point. You are trapped. And I will tell you about Sixburg if I feel like it. If I'm up here, this belongs to me, and I get to do it how I want. So remember not to be paralyzed by fear when you are asked to do an impromptu speech, because it is a liberating experience. You will feel complete freedom to say whatever you want, do whatever you want, and you'll want to come back and do it again. Mr. Toastmaster.